here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in the interview room, my special library here. And my very special guest today is Tiziana Coste. Welcome to the show, Tiziana. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for inviting me, Tony. It's a pleasure.
Well, it's great to have you here. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Perfectly. Tiziana Coste. I think you had a good teacher. Talented.
Yes.
Oh?
So we've met a few times, but I didn't really know quite the extent of your career till we started doing a little bit of research, and it's an amazing story. Originally, you come from whereabouts in southern Italy do you come from?
I'm from Palermo.
Oh, Palermo. Oh, okay, that's famous.
Yes, I hope for good reasons.
Yes.
There's everything there, yeah.
And you grew up in Palermo. You started a career as an architect. So I'm guessing you worked for a long time in Palermo on designing and in construction.
Yes, I've been working most of my life in architecture, but I've been living in different cities, including Milan and Barcelona and Rome and so on.
Right.
Yeah. So the focus of my career, my professional life was architecture, even though I always been a multidisciplinary, I wouldn't say artist, but professional.
Right. So you've always had an artistic heart and soul and mind.
Yep, exactly.
And then 7 years ago, you decided to make a massive life change, didn't you?
Yes, it's massive. The thing happened when I turned 40 and something. The moment I was living in my hometown. And it happened that photographers started to ask me to do photo shoots, which for me was crazy because I said, why are they interested in somebody who is not young? No,
right.
I'm an architect. I'm not some professional model. I don't have the physique because and I'm aware I'm not. But they found me interesting for some reasons. So yes, I've studied in a very quiet way because I didn't really believe that it could happen to me.
Right.
Until I did in Rome, I did a life drawing session. I modeled for a life drawing session for the first time, and it was like a revelation for me because I never know anything about life drawing.
Oh, really?
Really. Yeah.
How did that happen? Did you see an advert, or did somebody contact you and say, "We'd love you to be a life model"?
Yeah. It happened. Facebook did it all.
Oh, really?
It was bizarre. Yes, there was an advert. I applied, and the first time I was there, yes, I felt so at ease in my place. Even being naked in front of strangers is a very weird thing.
Yes.
It's not a usual thing for an architect.
Yes.
At that time in Rome, I was studying marketing, communication, and advertising. So my focus was a different one because I wanted to make a change of career, but I was more on the that side, the events side, the show business, but from the behind the scenes.
Right, this organization and
yes.
arranging and stuff.
Yeah. And all that. Yes, exactly.
And so this first class, how many people were at the first class, more or less? Do you think?
About 15, 20, not a big number.
And so there you go. You've answered the advert, 15 or 20 people, and you step up, I guess, onto a little space where they can see you, and you take your robe off, and there you are, ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
How did that first moment feel?
Very, very natural.
Right.
I was in a different headspace. I thought about the creative side of it, and being an architect, I'm very aware of the body in the space.
Right.
So I tried to do poses that were interesting for people for different angles, try to use props in a nice way, and was very natural process, nothing complicated. I know it's very strange. I invite everybody to try life modeling.
Well,
have you ever tried on?
Rania Watts has asked a question, which I think you've kind of half answered in that last statement, actually. She said, do you feel the art of creating architectural structure is similar to that of creating your own art within your body? But you kind of answered that you are thinking about the structure of your body and how it will fit in the space, right?
Yes. I have a very visual mindset. So I create pictures when I take poses. This is my. I know that what I'm offering to other people because I understand the perspectives. I understand the figurative world. So I try to do something a bit more. But it's a natural thing. It's not something that is preconceived. But it's being an architect is very useful for
Yes.
so many things.
Well, you're creating a body of work in both senses right now, aren't you? Um, to use a little British pun there. So you've done this first class, and you feel very comfortable, and you found a space. How did you then make the jump to think I will come to the UK and actually I will make that my career, modelling, life modelling, and working in that way?
Tony, this is a long story. I think I will write a book a movie about it. I can only tell you that I decided to come to London for not by for a logical reason, but for a more instinctive reason. It's very strange because I made the decision because always wanted to live in a place, in a cosmopolitan place, and a place where I could improve my English, and that I always considered the music for me, and I have a massive bond with music.
Right.
So I decided to come to London. Say I have a lot to offer as a person and as a professional. And they told me London is the place of the opportunity in Europe. It's much easier than going to New York or Los Angeles. And I said, okay, why not? So I arrived here with my pink suitcase, knowing really a few people, not really well, so just new friends, and say I can do it. It's doable. So.
Well, that's a very brave and a very inspiring thing to do, right? We've got questions coming in, Tiziana, so I'm going to throw them at you as they appear. Spiros has a question for you. He says, being an Italian girl, how do you deal with the perceived stigma that maybe your culture could impose on you for making these choices? Have you had any problems with your friends or family?
Back in Italy, you mean?
Yes.
Well, I think at the beginning they didn't understand really what was my job. You know why? Because in my own town, for example, even in all Italy, there is not seriously a scene, one for life drawing, secondly for models which are not, even photographic models as I am, not young and with the measures of Naomi Campbell.
Right.
And I'm not, and nothing like that. I'm aware I'm just an ordinary woman. So at the beginning, they didn't understand what it was. But when they understood even the bravery of coming here and decided to make a massive change of my life when I was 40 and something, they really appreciate me, and they think that a bit, the courage of doing it, and it's very inspiring for them because in Italy, the thing is, you were born with doing a profession. Most of the time, you end your life doing the same thing. It's not really accepted to change so massively.
Right. We had it's not quite a question, but a little comment. Sarah Twist, who's one of our regulars in the chat room, is part of the extended Right Here with Tony Moore family, says she used to do some life modelling for a university class and giggled at the first years as the 18-year-old boys looked very awkward when they first came in. Do you find sometimes that people who've never been to a life drawing class as the artists feel uncomfortable at first, or are a bit giggly, or is everyone already very used to it?
Well, I think that inside the life drawing classes there is an etiquette,
right?
So people behave nicely. Okay. So I understand that some of them are a bit shy, and I remember the first classes I did in London. After there is the life drawing session, the drop-in, the usual one is 2 hours with a break in between. And when during the break, maybe the model, of course, I with my robo, and you maybe talk to people. You go and watch the artworks they are creating. They are so shy.
Right.
Some of them are very private, and I think life drawing is it's very good for socializing for people, because most of them are a bit, they have a very, I don't know, private life, I would say.
Right.
Yes, never. I never had any awkward, any strange experience so far.
Okay. We have another question from Brian Shepherd. He says, has live modelling had an influence on how you perceive or how you currently create your own art?
My own art. You're talking about the live drawing event. Well, yes. We have much more possibilities, and our body can do so many things. And is really a great medium for expression. I feel what I do is an expression of myself, some sides of myself, facets of myself.
Right.
Yes, in a way, yeah, of course.
And I'm trying to get in as many questions as I can as we go along, but it's not always easy because the questions pop up very quickly. And also, you and I are having a nice chat here, and we're in the middle of conversation. So what we're going to do at the end of this session, Rania is going to collect every question that's been asked, and we will send them to you. And then you're going to choose and judge which you think was the best question. And then we will announce the winner tomorrow. So thank you for agreeing to do that. I'm interested to know, when you go and take a break and you look at the artwork that people are doing, how different all the different each artist's view of you is.
Well, each artist reveals a bit of yourself, and it's a process about acceptance, because sometimes they just highlight some not nice things of your body or your face. not self-conscious, or it can be complicated. But now I decided that I need to accept everything, because it is what it is. I'm just a piece of, I would say, contemplation of study, of any artist has his own reason to depict you. So I'm okay. I accept everything, and
yes.
without judgment, to say.
Well, because I'm guessing if Picasso was in your class during his Cubism period, it would have been a very interesting look for you, wouldn't it?
Oh dear. I'm not sure I want that kind of late Picasso.
Tell me, have you ever either wanted or been given any of the pictures of you that people have done?
Yeah, some of them. Most of them. I have more pictures of the artworks, because otherwise I would have like an anger, a warehouse full of. At this moment, I think there are, not billions, but a massive number. Yeah. And some of them were on galleries, were sold and all that. So
wow.
It's very bizarre thing. Yeah.
That's quite exciting to think that from a moment or a few hours of you being disrobed in a room, you are captured for all eternity and start being entering into the world of art and appearing on people's walls. Yeah.
He's very mesmerizing. strange feeling. Yeah. It's, So the thing is. Continue. Sorry.
I was just going to ask, but outside of the life modelling, you also do other modelling and in TV and film. And how did that develop out of the life modelling?
Well, it all started. The photographic was like a parallel path. So I've been doing life modelling and photographic modelling, and then one of my friends models, life models, who does a lot of fantastic stuff for cinema and so on, TV. Suggest me. So why don't you apply for jobs with the agencies, with the casting agencies?
Right.
And I started 2-3 years ago. I did big movies as an extra. I did some small roles. I did some TV. This year I was featured in the first ever live drawing event on the BBC4. I did 3 years ago. I did another show for Channel 4. Some advertising. Yes, I think you can go from one to the other, because you're using your image in your.
Yes.
So it's nothing strange. It's like a continuation. It's like the same field in a way.
Well, it's fascinating. We've got another question and a comment, and then we're rapidly running out of time. I can't believe how quickly it's gone. Stephen Pratt just said, how brave to pack up your bags and just leave. That's very inspirational.
Yeah.
Tamsin Keating says, which famous artist would you have liked to be a model for?
Oh, good question. I really don't know. I never thought about it. I don't know. I don't know. Not really. I don't know the question. No.
Okay. No.
I don't. No.
Do you have a favorite artist?
But I like a lot of Renaissance people,
Right.
because they set a trend. They set a way of looking at even the human body as the center of the world, which is a great change in the art history.
Absolutely. Okay, listen, we're going to have to say goodbye. I want to say, first of all, Tiziana, thank you so much for being my special guest and being so open and honest and telling us about your life and your career. Before we go, if you could give somebody one piece of advice about making such a big change or even doing something like you, what would you say?
There is a quote of Coco Chanel, which is my quote. I read it. It's very short. It says, "Beauty starts when you decide to be yourself."
That's a great quote.
I think it's really saying everything. And yes, this is so you listen to yourself. You don't live your life with regrets. Do it in a very in a wise way. Don't throw your life away. But you need to understand what is your strength.
Right.
What is your not passion, but your strength, which is more important. Another thing that I want to say, if you allow me, before
yes,
we.
Of course.
Is that I co-run a live drawing event, which is a multimedia live drawing event, where I'm co-author and model, of course, which is called Life on Film, which sounds like Girls on Film, but it's Life on Film.
Right.
And yes, and it's a great thing because it's a way to put in life modeling a lot of references from art, music, and cinema. So and then we have an online version,
right?
And another great thing is that the lockdown is giving the chance to live modeling to go worldwide.
Right, of course, because people can model online, can't they?
Yes. I've started to do some modeling online for much bigger audience, worldwide. Yes. It's a very even scary in a way.
I hadn't even thought about it to this moment, but of course. So, Tiziana, thank you so much. We are going to post all the links to you and the things that you're working on in our group, and Rania will let everyone know. And if anyone has any other questions that we missed, they will all be sent to you at the end. And if you're happy to answer any questions that we didn't ask it live, that would be nice. And all you have to do is choose what you think was the best question, and we will announce the winner tomorrow.
Okay, fantastic.
All right, Tiziana, thank you very much indeed. Good luck with everything.
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you for the song you sent me. Fantastic.
Thank you too. All right.
Thank you. Ciao. Bye bye.
Bye bye. The fantastic Tiziana Coste.